Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jeremy Williams here, and I just wanted to give you a small update on the Kyosho Mp9 race progress. And this past weekend, my buddy Nick Works and we went to the.
Okay.
You gotta quit making me laugh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we went to the Easley, South Carolina racetrack, and first of all, big shout out to you, brother. Nick, thank you for driving. Thank you for all your tips, your help, your willingness to help people in the hobby, your knowledge, and your skills, and for helping me to become a better racer. So, with that out of the way, let's show you the results here of my first race ever. If we can just bring the phone over here. Yeah. Second place, right here, with the Kyosho. This little kid beat me by probably 12 seconds. I don't even remember him standing next to me on the track. But victory lane, second place, first race ever. Pretty happy. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a raw update. Unfortunately, I don't have footage from the race, and I'm gonna be real raw in this video and tell you why. It had rained the night before. This race was on Saturday, by the way. Again, at the Hobby Connection, Easley, South Carolina. It had rained the night before, so racing was supposed to start at 12, but everything got pushed back like a little bit until the track dried. So we get there about 10:30. We set up in my buddy's van, get our stuff set up, and I sign up. I sign up for the rookie class. It was my first race ever, and so we go back and, kind of look at the time sheets, I guess, and look at the order and what class I'd be in. And, I was the only nitro in the rookie class, of course. Everything else was electric. The four-wheel drive class. So I basically raced against, like, A-scale buggies. But anyway, so, we're sitting there, we're hanging out. I guess it was like one of the third practices. I go out there and I start marshalling, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And my buddy goes up to the race director, and I missed my first qualifier. Didn't even hear anything about it. And the reason that is because they kept switching when I was supposed to go up. I mean, it was crazy. It was nuts. They switched everything 3 times. So, if you're 100 feet away from the track and you can't hear, what they're saying over the loudspeaker and all that, I straight up missed it. So, I made my second qualifier, and I got I was second place in that for most of the time. I fell back to third, but I ran a decently fast lap. My last lap. I honestly can't remember if it was 34 seconds or 39 seconds. I want to say it was like 34 something, 34, 35 seconds. And got back in second. So for the actual race, I started in third and completed the race with no breakages and ended up in second, which was awesome. Another reason is I don't have footage was because this dynamite was being a pain in the ass. It wasn't too bad, but this carburetor is wild. No wonder this engine was $120. Whenever I preheated this engine with my ProTech engine heater, which, no joke, only gets it up to like 150 degrees, if it's lucky. The carburetor would get so hot that it would send fuel back into the line. Like it just did not want to start. It's still a new engine. I probably had 7, 8 tanks on it when I started the day. Probably ran like maybe 4 or so tanks the whole day at the track. For anyone that doesn't know about racing, you spend a lot of your time just sitting there waiting. That's for sure. But that's okay. It's all about hanging with your friends, making connections, having a good time, just getting sun. And, anybody that wants to race, just know that you're not going to be on the track for hours and hours and hours. That's not how it works. So, yeah, I had some issues with the carburetor. My buddy rerouted the fuel lines for me, which is cool, but it didn't help at all. This carburetor, I wouldn't call it defective, but with an engine this cheap, I doubt it has a heat insulator in the bottom of the carb here in between the block, and it just gets hot. So we changed strategies, and I just cold started the engine every time. And I ended up leaning the high speed probably a 16th of a turn, richening the low speed a 12th of a turn, and I bumped up my idle gap a little bit. When it did start, it ran good. And it's ended up starting every time. It was just, the carburetor was constantly vapor locking. It did shut off a couple times. It didn't shut off again after I did the tinkering and tuning to the carburetor, which was good. But again, it's still breaking in. It's going to be finicky, but this engine's merely okay, guys. I recommend to everyone to save your money and probably get a better engine. But yeah, so between them switching when I was, my qualifiers around, and when I was supposed to practice and qualify and all that, and the car problems and this and that, and I'm still really happy to have just hit the track and to be able to stand on the podium. What wasn't pictured was, or here, let's go back to this phone. Yeah, so I got second place. This kid got first. And this gentleman here, running a Techno, he got third. So yeah, yeah, that's the story. I wish I had footage of the race. I wish I had footage of the race, but it was my first race, and it was imperative that, I stayed focused, and, these engine issues, which I'm not going to sugarcoat, were kind of a pain in the butt. It would just take like a minute for my engine to start when, it should start right the hell up, So I was actually blowing on my carburetor with compressed air, trying to cool it down. But again, I did get it worked out to a point where it ran good and clean for my second qualifier, and well, the only qualifier that I ran, and race gave me no issues then. The only engine I've ever had that gave me issues when I preheated it. But when I didn't preheat it, then it's fine. It's crazy. So we got a little surprise coming for this Kyosho, which I will show you when it comes. But I'll rock out with this engine for as long as I can and or want to. But again, shout out to Nick Fowler for all your help, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the YouTube community and all my friends on it. Thanks for the inspiration to race and hit the track and, have the confidence to do so. I've been in this hobby a long time. I love it. I love tuning. I love these engines. I love these platforms. And I'll still run in a parking lot once in a while. I sure will. There's nothing wrong with that. Running some grass, Anyone that hates on that and, wants to look down on other people because, they don't do this or they don't do that, that's not my style. We should all be lifting each other up in the hobby, not bringing each other down. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. But, yeah, that's where I'm at so far. And, I look forward to hitting the track again, maybe in a few weeks here. I'm in the middle of cleaning this up. I simple greened it. I still got to take out my tank and engine and pipe and all that, but it's pretty dang clean. It's not bad. I got to clean my air filter again. This outerwears does pretty good. The Easley South Carolina track at the Hobby Connection is a clay track, so your filter literally gets trashed with clay dirt. So I got a 12 pack. I'll probably end up tossing this one, but I'm eager to see what happens once this engine fully breaks in, and if it keeps being a pain in the ass, I have options. We will figure it out. But yes, so yeah, guys, let's support everyone in this hobby, whether you're a racer, a basher, a collector, whether you like Tyco, Radio Shack, RC cars, or you have an X-Ray that cost you $2,300. You know what? Let's just all show each other respect and keep progressing in the hobby in whatever direction you want to go. And, bring each other up. Especially us nitro guys. These electrics were ballistic on the track, guys. The craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, they're nuts. They're awesome. They're cool. But, nitro's a niche hobby, so let's help each other out. And I'm just blessed for the help that I've had and tips and tuning and getting off my ass. And, I talked about hitting the track for a long time, and now I'm doing it. Let's go inside the house here. I'll show you my trophy. This is the trophy. Let's go to the trophy room. TLR hat. $30 hat. So I'm keeping it in the package, and this is my trophy. Here's some stuff, LST2 stuff. Losi AT stuff, Serpent stuff. Got a couple Novarosi things here. Got some old Byrons. Not old, but if anyone wants it, it's yours, I'm good. Some more parts here. Got my little setup here where I do my work. The body cleaned it off a little bit. I just cleaned as best as I could my tires. These are GRPs. What are these? These are the Plus A's. These are soft. These have been working out pretty good for me. Gandini Racing products. I think they're kind of old, or new old stock, but got them for a good price and they're working good. But, yeah, so, yeah, I just wanted to give you all an update on what happened at the race. And, give you some updates on where I'm at in the hobby. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, and thank you for your time, and I look forward to creating more content and keeping you all updated. Alright, thank you, YouTube.